with me a little bit. This is my message for 2022, man. I have grown to a better me. I'm better than who I used to be. That's my mantra for 2022. What's going on, Turk? What up, Taheem, man? The spirit of an athlete, man. I'm finna talk about it. A little bit of manhood talk, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna groove a little bit, man. I've had some good times, as well as I have shared some tears. Hey, you know, a lot of people, I send this song to them, right? And after my verse, I got a blank 16, so I send this to all my friends with a blank spot in there, and I tell them, after that hook, I want you to talk to yourself. You ain't got to rap, you ain't got to sing, you ain't got to say a damn thing, but I want you to think to yourself, I have grown into a better me. I'm better than who I used to be. And I thank all my brothers and all my friends that I vibe with and kick it with, man. I know we have grown because we're watching each other grow. And we wake up every day fighting a good fight. So I make this song, man, as a hero anthem, man, for my brothers, man, and my sisters, you know what I'm saying? To reflect, man, and be grateful and thankful of who they have grown to be. Yeah, this part right here, man. You know, I've grown in so many ways, man. You know, life is all about balance, man. And too much of anything is bad for the soul. Even too much good is bad. You gotta have balance, man. So those are some of the lessons in life that I've learned throughout all my experiences of life, man. And when I reflect on my experiences, you know, it gives me the foundation to grow. You know what I mean? It gives me the foundation to say, if I knew then what I know now, man, that's what growth is right there. Because, like I say, man, we in this thing, and if you still in the fight, you fighting the fight, man. Because a lot of people ain't fighting no more, man. But we still in this thing, and as long as you living, you're growing. As long as you living, you're growing. You can look outside right now, it's a tree that's been out there, man, for 100 years or more, man. And that tree changed every 3 months. That tree go through the seasons every 3 months. That tree don't pray for rain, but that tree still living, man. And that tree still growing, man. So that's one of the inevitables of life, man. If you living, you growing. And to have an idea or a mentality of I'm not growing, then you spiritually dead, man. You dead than a motherfucker if you don't think you're growing. You see what I'm saying, man? Or if you don't intend to grow. Or if you don't change your mind based off your circumstances. I ain't got the same mind I had when I was in my 20s. I ain't got the same mind I had when I was in my 30s. You see what I'm saying, man? As I grow, my mind changes. So that's a part of growing, man. I just want to feel this before I start talking my talk. If you watching, man, comment, man. Show me some love, man. Like I say, man, one of my other mantras is, ain't nobody above the bullshit, man. We all going through the same thing, man. Working to survive and to maintain. And all we doing is talking, man. Talking about the same shit all of us deal with in different ways. But if you ain't real enough, man, to talk about it with some real folks, man, you be going crazy thinking your life all fucked up. That's one of the aspects of value of family and friends, man. Sincerity. People you can talk to. They give you assurance that, man, you all right, man. That's what you call living, brother. That's what you call living, man. They say a man that lived his life, man, was open and free to the experiences, man, and to know the lessons that come with them. You understand? Through living, man, we make some badass choices, badass decisions. But that's a part of living, man. I lived through that. And I always tell you it's about words. If you, I'm finna talk my talk. I always tell you about words, man, and how they cast spells. And all this thing is words, man. It's wordplay, man. But if you take lived, Lived, if you live your life through all your experiences, meaning you was open with all your intentions to learn and be, right? To learn and be, man. What's going on, cuz? I love you too, man. To learn and be. You living through that experience, meaning you lived, right? But if you turn lived backwards, spells devil. It spells devil. But if you lived your life and you free, man, through the spirits around you to understand your position. Because like I say, too much of anything is bad for the soul. That's why we all deal with things, man. We all deal with things in this here human experiences that ain't all there is necessarily about good and bad. Some things you got to go through to get to the lesson. But if you ain't paying attention to experience it, to learn from it, all the way through that shit, you get through, man, and you don't know a damn thing. It's damn, what happened? But I'm going to get to the message. My message is about the spirit of an athlete. I made a post earlier today about the spirit of an athlete. The spirit of an athlete. First, spirit. The foundation of it is, and I'm saying this for context and understanding. Spirit means to breathe. Inhale, exhale. It's a two-part to the spirit. It takes two to make a thing go right. 2 + 2. Hey, 1 + 1 don't equals 2. It equals 1. Mother, father, child. It takes 2 to make a thing go right. It takes positive and it takes negative to create a source of power in any aspect of life, right? Any aspect of life. So when we talk about spirit, the two-part is inhale, exhale. That's why your breathing system is called your respiratory system. That's where the spirit operates, through your lungs, through your breathing, right? So when you come into this world, the first thing you do as an independent existent in this here world, away from your mama, the first thing you have ever done in anybody was took in a breath. And when the spirit entered, you give one back, and you take one in, and you give one back, and you take one in. And when the second in the moment comes that you can't give one back or you can't take one in, hey, that thing about over there, game over. But I just want to get you to understand in the context of spirit. So the spirit of an athlete is a cultivated mind frame of influence that comes out in one's expression. It's a cultivated mind frame of discipline, effort, and confidence. And this mind frame is cultivated through what they call a coach. A coach has an understanding of how to build the mentality of a child, of a student, of a young man. to believe in himself and show and prove through his ability. That's what a coach's job is, when he cultivating the spirit of an athlete in a child, right? So the more and more this spirit is cultivated, it becomes a mind frame and it becomes a way of life. And in this way of life, man, you become rooted in confidence, discipline, and effort. See, as a child, I was cultivated into an athlete spirit. So a part of that discipline as a child was there were certain type of things that had to be in order for me to play a sport, for me to be on a team. I had to have a certain amount of academic discipline. I had to have a certain amount of physical discipline. If I didn't have this discipline, then I couldn't maintain and I couldn't be a part of what it was that made me an athlete. And I grew up with a lot of people that had physical ability. Yeah, they could dribble. Yeah, they could shoot. But they couldn't have the mental discipline to make a 2.0. So no matter how good you was in the neighborhood, if you didn't have that taste, that type of discipline, you don't get the pleasure to call yourself in the reality of being a true athlete that can get amongst athletes and share stories of battle and war and preparation of battle. See, those all that goes into the spirit of an athlete. You understand what I'm saying? And this spirit within this athlete, man, that's cultivated in many children and men throughout the world, even young girls and women. It carries them through life. And even when the physical body ain't what it used to be and ain't what it was in the peak, the spiritual athlete burning within inside of you will always make you maximize your physical ability. Like they say, if you take the head, the mind, the body will follow. If you take the mind, the body will follow. So this athletic spirit is a cultivated mind frame that a lot of real brothers have out here in this world, man. And I want to talk about this spirit because, see, we under a narrative that men ain't this and ain't no men this and ain't no men that. And I always look at people who speak that narrative in a way to say that you're speaking more about yourself than you're speaking about any subject matter when you're talking about what ain't. Because if you ain't saw or ain't known of or ain't been around, then that's more about the type of movie you play in and the characters that's around you. So all I know is real men who got a spirit of an athlete burning in them, who has the discipline, the effort, the confidence to know every time I line up, every time I wake up, I'm going to play this down. I'm going to play this play. I'm going to play this day. I'm going to play this year. I'm going to play this moment with all I got. Because I know all I got. There's a whole lot of people depending on me and connected to me. So that spirit that burns in me says, I'm going to give it all the best of me. All the best of me. I had a post where I posted LeBron James. And I said, mostly criticized by non-athletic people. And I don't even watch sports. I don't watch basketball or football. I ain't entertained by that no more in my life. But I love the idea of a LeBron James and all the little kids that admires and aspires to be a LeBron James from a sincere place. Because I know the commitment and dedication that it takes to even have that idea, to have that dream, to strive for that. So I love that. And to see LeBron James, man, or a Cam Newton, or a Floyd Mayweather, who beat the odds of millions and millions, man, to become that one that we know and can talk about. Man, when I look at a motherfucker who ain't never even went through conditioning of a practice from a coach that understood of the principles of conditioning, meaning not only are they conditioning your body, they run you till you have nothing left to condition you to you keep on coming and don't you quit no matter how tired you get. I went through some real conditioning from some real coaches that cultivated this fire that burned in me. So when I look in the eyes of a motherfucker who criticized somebody like LeBron James, man, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. And I say that from the spirit of an athlete that's burning. And I say shut the hell up because that spirit cultivated me in a time where I'm around my peers and other spirits of an athlete. When I start to beat my chest as the spirit of an athlete roars in me, there's another man that beat his chest that says, I got the fire too. And we say one of us gonna have to shut the hell up. And I say, God damn it, let's go. My spirit made me an MVP. So I ain't just talking no bullshit. My fire burn. Right now today, my fire burn. And I try my best to ignite that fire. And every young black man, hell, every man, light that goddamn fire and let it burn. And let it be confidence, effort, discipline. The day I was talking to my brother, he said, well, what if they ain't in sports? What if they are IT motherfucker? How do the message apply? I say, well, regardless of what you are, I'm saying it is an athlete. But if you are a musician, if you are a beautician, if you are a barber, if you are anything that claims an effort of output to validate, then no matter what it is, I know in that foundation, there's discipline. There's confidence. There's understanding. Now, you might not be an athlete, so ain't nobody cultivate aggression in you. But I was a football player. And being a football player, they had to cultivate aggression in my recipe of the spirit of an athlete. Oh, they put a lot of aggression. They put a lot of dominance in me. Oh, that's the spirit of an athlete. But if you ain't an athlete, you still got to be made of something real. I'm a musician. I'm a whole lot of different things. And no matter what I say I am, in the essence of proving it, I got to discipline myself to be it. There's a certain type of training. There's a certain type of commitment. There's a certain type of you that you got to be. But I'm talking about the spirit of an athlete, man. You know, hey, look, I'm going hard because that's that spirit of that athlete. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get back to Taheem. I want let me see. Everyone don't have family and friends to talk. They'll use it to judge you and strategically bring you down to the rest of the way. Well, Taheem, I'm gonna tell you like this right here, man. Like I say, this is hero training, brother. And I love you. And I know you personally. And I personally tell you, I believe in you. And I also tell you, fight your fight, black man. Fight your fight, black man. Ain't nobody above the bullshit. You got to deal with yours. And I love you because you're transparent to the world. And you show your vulnerability on this here app. And a lot of people learn from you and inspired by you. But most importantly, man, I don't know what's in between your lines in terms of color and experience. I'm just watching like everybody else. But I love you because you're fighting your fight, man. I love you because you're fighting your fight. And people gonna be people, man. That's one thing about people, man. Very few people. And I say this, including your house. I got 3 people in here in my house with me. So 3, I say out of your day, man, every 10 people you encounter, 8 at least 8, man, might not be sincere. They might say, goddamn, hey, how you doing? And they really don't give a damn how you doing. That's just a setup for some other shit, right? And that's a high number. So that leaves 2 people out of 10 gonna be sincere. I wake up every day feeling like I got 3. Goddamn, I'm ahead of the game. Expectations is the seed of disappointment. When I leave out my door, man, I ain't got no expectations of real, because that's a hell of a world outside my door. And I'm only cultivating and controlling the one on the other side. That's me and mine. That's my world. That's my world. That's my world. What's behind your door is your world. And you can't conquer the world until you conquer your own world. So when I leave out that door, man, I already know, man. Hey, Taheem, these motherfuckers crazier than a motherfucker, bro. And they might say I'm crazy. But I hope they ain't expecting nothing from me like I ain't expecting nothing from them. So, brother, I said that to say, man, people gonna be people, man. When people show you, hey look, you wake up to 0. And like I say, at the end of the day, man, all you got is yourself, man. And now, this may sound like some crazy shit, Taheem, but I often start my day and end my day this very same way, man. I do a ritual where I'm in that mirror, bro. I found Jesus in that mirror. I found all my answers in that mirror, bro. When you look in your own eyes, man, can't lie to yourself, brother. And sometimes I get in that mirror, man, and I cry like a motherfucker, man. And I watch him tell me, man, goddamn man up. I watch him tell me I love you. I watch him tell me I feel you. But I realize, man, that's really all you got, brother. And that's all you really need to build on. Once you understand that, man, the rest is building, brother. That's your foundation. So, man, wake up with that 0, man. Like you say, get on that haberdasher, man, and go in there and stand in that mirror, man. And don't you leave from in front of it till you truly connect with them eyes, man. Till you truly connect with them their eyes, man. And as much as you need to, man, say the words, I love you. Say the words, I believe in you. Say all the words, man, that you know your soul desire and need, brother. Say that shit to yourself, man. Like to say this, and this even go, I done said this. Like people say, man, I got to use the bathroom, man. See, I said this. See, in the way, the Bible says some shit like this. In the ways of the heathen, will a man goddamn talk out loud in prayer. That's what heathens motherfucking do. They playing a game. But the true prayer, you know what I mean, man, is in a quiet place, in a corner, in a closet, in a confined moment where you talking to your damn self. And you call it what you want to call it. Paint it how you want to paint it. I don't give a damn. But I'm telling you what you're doing. So when you're standing in that mirror, man, in that bathroom, with that door closed, in that small confinement of goddamn solidarity, tell yourself, man, that's where it started, brother. You know, I said to myself today, man, I made another post. I say, I stand in the mirror and I ask my question. I ask myself, who are you? How do you get to this moment? And in those answers, man, I learned so much shit about this here thing called life. And when I come up out of that thing, man, some people say, man, what you read, man? Man, what kind of books do you read? I say, man, I quit reading a long goddamn time ago, but I don't read shit. I look into my eyes, man, and my God tell me some real raw shit and show me some real raw shit. And I was talking about this even in the spirit of the athlete. I remember one time I had my first culture shock. It came through some athletic shit, that football shit. So, when I went to the 8th grade, to the 7th grade, that was like the first year I really played football. And that year was special and powerful because I've told the story before, but my cousin Boog, his mama had died that summer of me going into the 7th grade. He was already in the 7th grade, going to Northeast. So that summer, his mama died, and he was supposed to come stay with us. And I was so happy that me and him was gonna get to be like brothers, and we was gonna go to the same school and play on the same football team. And we had already had it planned out that I was gonna be the fullback and he was gonna be the tailback, right? And so, but his mama died, so we didn't never get to go, and it didn't never get to happen. And that was one of the first times I experienced a funeral to know what it was. That was, like I said, I didn't grow up in the church. My mom and daddy didn't take me to church. So every time I experienced church was through a funeral or through some Easter type shit. But I ain't never go to church. So that's all I knew church to be was through my Aunt Brenda funeral. And I remember some good singing. I remember the preacher. I remember all that. I soaked it in a sense, right? So that same year playing football, when my first football season ended, we had this coach, an old man. And I was close with him, man. All my coaches of all the years I ever played sports was close with me, where they always talked to me on a personal level, right? And this old man died. So they took the football team to his funeral, like in a field trip type of way. And I remember I didn't have no church clothes because I didn't go to church. And I remember my mama, they said, you got to wear black pants, a white shirt, and a black tie. So I remember my mom and them, like, Mama, you gonna buy me? Y'all gonna give me my funeral clothes. Mama, I got to have my funeral clothes to go on the field trip. It was a field trip. So they took us to the funeral, and like I said, it was a white man. And we went to the funeral, to the church, and I remember being in there like, God damn, this what the hell is this right here? You know what I mean? They was, they gospel. Everything was just wow, man. And it was long. And I couldn't wait to get home to tell my mama and my dad and them like, man, this man, white church ain't the same, man. God dog, I don't know. And I was like, goddamn, 13. I had a culture shock. But that came through some football and sports, right? So when I look back at that experience in my life, man, when I look back, and as a child, I had an intuitive type of mind to really be soaking and understanding this thing. It's like I remember when my Aunt Brenda died, they said, when it rained on your funeral, your day of your funeral, you going to heaven. And it rained like hell on my Aunt Brenda's funeral. So I remember just always thinking, man, as a child, being intuitive. I remember certain other people would die. And then I would say, damn, it ain't rain on no guy. It ain't rain on it. What? Well, what that means? So I started like, hey, man, come on now. It ain't rained on nobody's funeral since my Aunt Brenda. Somebody got, so as a child, man, I used to scramble with these type of things. So I said all that to say, I can stand in that mirror, man, and get to reflecting, man, throughout all my life, man, about how I've been striving to know and understand. And the answers is always through your experience. The answers is always through your memories, man. It's always through you being able to, like you say, when you stand in that mirror, man, and you looking at yourself and you realizing, man, that's you. And how you see yourself in your imagination, that's you. And when you look in that mirror and then you look into your imagination and you see where you at in terms of how you imagine yourself to be and who you actually are, see, that's when you start to really understand and evaluate the relationship between, or I'm going to say this in the context, that's when you really begin to measure your faith and how much you believe in yourself, in God, in all the ideas of what you feel you deserve. You see what I'm saying? Because when you stand in that mirror, man, and you look and you close your eyes and look in your mind, what you see, how much light in it, how much darkness in it. That's what determines the type of movie you're playing in. And if ain't nobody there with you, and you can't see your own light around your own self, then all I can tell you is get your motherfucking mind right. Get your motherfucking mind right. Get your motherfucking mind right. Believe in yourself. Hold your head up. You ain't the first one going through what you going through. You ain't the last. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers done been through this shit. This shit kicked a whole lot of motherfuckers' ass. Killed some motherfuckers. But it's a whole lot of people that won. There's a whole lot of people that learn from it. There's a whole lot of people that 10 years from now going through the very same thing, man. Gonna say, man, I remember. But if I knew then what I know now, that's what make the movie good. Look at Superman when he get kryptonite. Oh, he look like he getting his ass kicked. Oh, it look like Superman gonna die. Oh, it look like, man, god damn, man, I ain't think nobody can beat Superman. This motherfucker finna beat the shit out of Superman. But when Superman realized where his kryptonite at and who's controlling his kryptonite, and he get up just enough strength to kick that motherfucking kryptonite away, and here he comes. Oh, shit. Well, just like when we used to watch wrestling, and a motherfucker be getting his ass whooped, and it be a tag team match, and he be getting his ass whooped, and everybody be saying, oh, man, let him get over there and tag. If he don't get over there and tag, man, they gonna kill his ass. And finally, goddamn, he be in the corner getting his ass whooped. And then you start to see that motherfucker tapping his toe. And you say, oh, Lord. And the whole crowd begin to feel that momentum. And they start tapping. And they start clapping. And oh, man. And that wrestler said, oh, goddamn. And he mustered up just enough energy to bounce off the goddamn turnbuckle. Run to the other motherfucking turnbuckle. Throw a drop kick. And tag his motherfucking man. You got to be that motherfucker. See what I'm saying, man? You got to be that motherfucker. And you got to be determined to win, man. You got to be determined to win, man. And when somebody act like they judge you for shit you go through, man, it's like goddamn a vampire. Put the mirror on their motherfucking ass. Melt the motherfucking shit out of it. That's why a lot of people criticize and judge people, because they trying to project their own insecurities onto somebody else, hoping that you see it in them, then you don't see it in themselves. That's the whole game. So if you ever want to beat a motherfucking vampire, like they say, misery love company. Somebody infected with misery. Somebody infected with darkness. Somebody infected with all the things in their mind that don't allow themselves to see them own selves in the light. They say when the eye be single, the body shall be full of light. When you talking about the third eye, don't make that shit deep. Don't make it like, oh, I got a third eye and these motherfuckers ain't got no third eye because they ain't woke. And that, no, motherfucker, you pimping and you don't know what the hell you talking about. Every living soul got an imagination where you can see some shit from the middle of your forehead, where you can hear some shit from the middle of your forehead. That's where your imagination lives. And that's where you see things. So when that eye be single, and you can imagine yourself in strength, in love, in power, in victory, the whole body shall be full of light. That's what they call the Bruce Leroy glow. But if the light shall be dark, the body shall be full of darkness. That's how you got shown up. You had a dark intent to destroy. His body was full of darkness. And that darkness, misery, comes around with the intent to infect and inject. And if I infect you, inject you, inspire you to be dark, it comes out in your expression, experiences. That spirit. So be careful when a motherfucker judge you, man. They just trying to bite you. But if you're a child of the mirror, if you're a student of the mirror, if you're a soldier of the mirror, and you do this mirror work, all you gotta do, put that goddamn mirror on, and they'll burn like a motherfucker. Because that's the last thing they want to see, is they self. That's why they're trying to paint you like shit and talk about you to hide from seeing their damn self. God almighty, that shit raw, man. You see how this shit work, man? Do you see how this shit work? There's so much shit. Man, that's deep. But yeah, spirit of an athlete, man. I don't even know where this shit done went. Play my song one more time. And then I'm out of here, man. Oh, my shit done turned off. Put your ass back on. Who's you still on? Hold on. I want to play my song one more time. So, hey, if you're still on here, man, I love you, man. I always wanted somebody to comment and give me something to talk about, man. I appreciate you for that, for giving me subject matter. I love you for that, brother. And I don't know if don't nobody tell you, I tell you. And each one teach one. Each one reach one. If you're the only person listening to me, this message is for you. You're enough for me, brother. And I hope my I love you is enough for you, man, to make you fight, man. And that's the only thing I can tell you, brother. I can't tell you goddamn nothing else, man, but fight your motherfucking fight. And one thing, if I don't know nothing about you, and I ain't got to know nothing about you, I know you're a fighter, brother. So fight your motherfucking fight, man. You fight your motherfucking fight, and you know there's a whole lot of motherfuckers outside that ring watching you fight your fight. But you fight your motherfucking fight, man. You're going to be all right, brother, no matter what the hell you're going through. Everything is a lesson and an experience. And as long as your people who you love are still in the fight, then you don't know what round it is. You don't know what round it is. You know what I mean? You just got to keep on fighting to come out in another round, my nigga. You know what I mean? Keep on fighting, man. Keep on fighting, brother. But yeah, man, anybody else, if you got something you want to say, I feel good. Throw me a question, man, about any damn thing if you want to. You know what I mean? It's 2022, man. Like I say, excuse my language. No, I ain't going to say excuse my language. I'm a grown-ass man talking to my peers. My mom and daddy say they don't listen to me, so I'm talking to my peers. You know what I mean? And if you my peer and you feel like you above the way I talk, then, like I say, go listen to another type of shit. You know what I mean? I'm a man amongst men. You feel what I'm saying? And my message is for men right now. So if you the type of motherfucking man that's sensitive about motherfucking manhood and the aggression of a man, then that's your problem and not mine. It works for me. You know what I mean? Like a motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. Yeah, man, I love you, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Till next time. The spirit of an athlete. And if you ain't no athlete, I ain't got no problem with you, man. But know what the hell you is. And know what that spirit made of. And be that shit, man. Inhale that shit, man. Take in all the inspiration of that shit, man. And breathe that shit out, man. Like you say, that's what the fire-breathing dragon is, man. He breathes out that motherfucking heat, man. You know what I'm saying, man? My voice is one of my most powerful assets, man. My voice is very spiritual, meaning if you hear the motherfucking vibration that comes out of my throat, man, that's through the wind that moves through my vocal cords and creates a sound that comes out of me. Man, when that shit hit your ears and enter your motherfucking fucking ears and your mind and shit, man, I'm gonna change some shit around in that motherfucker, and goddamn, you gonna hear it in your expression. You understand what I'm saying, man? I say, man, yeah, cut it off. I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna leave on this right here, man. When I be standing in that mirror, man, I fly so high to a place that I can't even see with my third eye. I'm talking about way, way beyond my imagination. You know, sometimes I just have to close my eyes, be still, be quiet, and just feel the vibration. And when I come down and open my eyes, it be my face and my motherfucking eyes. God almighty, I love you.